Hello, sad hello. Hello, welcome to the Trio of Positivity podcast. To be honest with you, not much positivity will come from us today, but hey.
No, there's still gonna be some positivity. I'm gonna make sure of it.
Oh, wow, okay, Chris is bringing the positivity. So we see different every day.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast, people. We appreciate you joining us. This is the podcast where we try and bring positivity into your life from the Chicago sports landscape. It's just a duo here today. Miller's out vacationing, buddy. Have a great time.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Chris, it's you and me. What's up, buddy?
Brother, can I just say for the first time in a long time, the trio of positivity was back together on an opening NFL weekend to watch the Bears. It was great seeing everyone. Um I wish it was different circumstances.
I know. I wish we won like the last time it happened.
Yeah. It was great to see everyone. I will be honest, I kind of want to do that again. Like just find ways that we can just watch the game together because that was a
We can
blast.
we can meet up in Rosemont or something halfway.
I think so, right? I think that's something we can definitely like
All right.
figure out.
Trio Positivity recording live coming soon.
Yeah.
Quick social plug here. We are on Facebook under Trio Positivity Podcast. We at Twitter Trio Positivity, YouTube channel same name Trio Positivity Podcast, TikTok. Chris,
I think it's still there. Yeah.
let's do we still
I
there.
think so. Yeah, I think so.
The website's still there. Blog posts aren't still there. All that housekeeping out of the way, buddy. Just unload. Tell me how you feel. Week 1 is in the books for NFL. How you feeling?
You know what? When I mentioned last time, like usually the start of the NFL season means summer's basically over. Um, but we got great football games. The Buffalo Bills
Ooh,
and the Ravens was so much fun to watch. No matter what, that is the game of the week. That was an absolute blast. It was the one game that I felt like the Bills still had a chance because of everything like the Ravens have been able to like not be able to close out games and whatnot. Then come to realize it was a 15-point.
it was
uh
nuts. I thought the game was over.
A lot of people in Buffalo, like the fact that Josh
They
Allen
left, yeah.
on interview was like, some people didn't believe in us, and that's fine. I'm like, hey,
It was
that's
it was not only 15 points. It was like back to back to back touchdowns from the Ravens, and it was not just like like dinky dunk here. It was like
Lamar Jackson
Henry
looks so good.
Henry 80-yard run, Henry 50-yard run, followed by like Jay Flowers 50-yard touch. Like it was like they were dominating. It's like
The
really
one the one run that Jackson had where he should have
Henry,
gotten
yeah.
sacked. No,
Oh,
Lamar should have
Lamar.
gotten sacked,
Oh wow.
and he just gets the first. I such a great game.
Yeah, that was an incredible game. Just like I feel for those fans, like who some of you I think you or somebody was saying like some of the other games too, like Cincinnati when they play Kansas City or Kansas City when they play the Bills, like just you don't know. Don't
Yeah,
give the ball back. Don't 10 seconds on the clock, doesn't matter. 5 seconds on the clock, something weird is going to happen. No. You're right.
I am of the mindset now because of the game that we watch, and same thing with Pittsburgh and the Jets.
Jets, yeah.
No lead is safe in the NFL. I think that's going to be the 2025-2026 season. Is no lead is safe.
That is nuts too. That's another game where I thought it was over because Jets were scoring every time. Pittsburgh looked way out of sync, and damn, like no,
Rodgers
bro,
just came out of nowhere. But
bro.
great start to the NFL season. Not for the Bears, but just the general sense.
No, like a lot of teams are there. I think like the Lions fans are probably just as hurt as we are. Back to back division champs, and they got spanked. In better words, there's a lot of other fan bases out there feeling similarly. But I'll echo what you said. It was really good to have football back. Um, it's so funny. Like we think we know how a team's gonna do, a player's gonna do, and like we have opinions and whatever. It gets shattered right off the bat. Like it's like
Well, for some, not me.
I don't know.
I was pretty spot on some of the stuff that I said, like Fields pl- looking good. Granted,
He did.
some of the
I
Bear stuff was
I
just not
I
there,
I
but
I feel like that's a great segue too. Before we get into our first segment, I feel like we have done so much slander on Justin Fields.
no,
Some deserve it.
you guys have.
Yeah,
I've been very
I'm pretty
I've
sure
been
you were
very pro Field.
anti when he replaced Trubisky. I'm pretty sure we can go back,
I mean,
but
okay, so let me just to reiterate. I know where we're trying to move forward, but I just want to reiterate that both quarterbacks, Field and Trubisky, I always felt we didn't have the right coaching staff for
I
those
agree.
quarterbacks.
I agreed.
I think,
I was an apologist, dude. I like
yeah,
defended the
yeah,
man. I said like he looked good. He was throwing passes. He was not looking to run. When he ran,
yep,
he looked like he was looking to run. No, I just want to give him his flowers. We've not been
yes.
so like we didn't have success with him. We had lots of expectation. I think we were like fair to be disappointed, and but like I'm happy where he is. I hope him all the success.
I want him to win so bad. I
Yeah,
want
like
him to win because I in the end I think the same thing with Trubisky. It's like it was never their personalities that people just didn't like. It was just the play on the field, but like Fields, I think, was a little bit different in which you can tell he wanted to win. Like you saw he wanted to win.
he wants to fight. Like
He wants, and Trubisky was more of
mhm.
like a professional where he was just answering the right way. He didn't
Right.
really show emotion and then slow. But you know what? I think, we move forward. I think Fields just looked really good. One of
Yes,
the proudest moments, and I said it when I was watching the game, is like, oh my God, he stayed in the pocket to throw
he
to
did.
make the throw. And
He
so
was,
yeah,
dude. He was like gunning it too. We'll talk about it in a Jets podcast, I guess, next week.
I
But
guess,
no,
yeah, we got to start the
we
new
we
one.
we have to give that man flowers. But let's bring it back home. Like you said, we're moving forward, and
Yes, sir.
there are some quarterbacks doing well, and I don't know.
Mm.
It was a battle of the second year quarterbacks in Chicago Monday Night Football. Man, we were feeling the hype. The city was buzzing. The stadium, I like some of the national broadcaster was saying like that kind of energy has not been felt in Chicago in a long time. And you and I, we felt it. We went out to a local watering hole, and we enjoyed the game with the people there. We could feel it, man. Like the
Yeah.
city was on a high. Like all the off season hype, everything.
You know
But
what's good when you're walking to the bar and someone that is wearing Bears jersey just says
like
"bear down"
Pancho, like
and a
Pancho.
poncho and just says "bear down," and it's like you feel that like
Yeah,
it
it
felt
was.
good walking in.
It felt amazing. But Minnesota scored 21 points in the fourth quarter for a stunning comeback victory. Short-handed Bears defense. We had a couple of starters out. We ran out of juice in the second half. I think the Vikings offense defense woke up. They won the game. I think this is up to interpretation, but I think the remade O line looked okay. It did its job. We only gave up 2 sacks to a pretty good defense. I feel like Caleb, for the most part, had a clean pocket. Sometimes he would get happy feet and try to make some plays, but for the most part, he had a decent clean pocket. But um, I want to start here if that's okay with you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go for it.
Um, like let's play what if, right?
Okay.
What do you think if we took that field goal instead of that fourth down play? Do you think it goes into overtime? Like, do the Bears drive the field to win? Like, let's start there because we'll
Okay.
talk about it in like Ben Johnson's performance about this again. But
Yeah.
let's
I thought
start
we were
there.
gonna save this part for the end, but I see why you put it at the beginning. Um, so the fourth down play was third quarter.
Second quarter.
It was second quarter. Hindsight being 2020, I was okay with the decision.
Yeah, it
One
seems like.
one one thing that I said about Ben Johnson last season, and maybe I didn't say it out loud, but I feel like I can take a little bit of, or I can say it this way, is that people liked him for his aggressiveness,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, Campbell preached that we were gonna punch you in the mouth, that we were gonna do all of these things, and me seeing that fourth down play was like the Bears are gonna do just that. The Bears are gonna like, you know, get right to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I will be supportive of that play and watching it, because I actually watched the play again,
Mhm.
maybe a different play call
Mhm.
or a little bit more time and we have it. So it's
Yeah.
damned if you do, damned if you don't. But
Yeah.
I am okay with it, and I will support any other fourth down play that Ben Johnson decides to write.
I'm with you too. I feel like we had the momentum, right? We had scored a touchdown our first drive. We were feeling it. Minnesota was not doing much. Our defense was stepping up. It was like time to put that like leg on your throat, right? Like get the last gasp of air out. And like I know you said hindsight is 2020. You're absolutely right. But like, what if we had converted and like scored or at least a field goal at that drive?
So
Like,
I thought about it. Did you watch the game again, or did you watch highlights again?
nope.
Nope.
I
So we're going straight off of the bar review, right?
I mean, like, yeah, for the most part, I've
For the
watched
most
some
part.
Twitter,
Okay, so
some Reddit, but yeah.
I haven't watched any highlights. I'm going
Mhm.
strictly of what I saw.
Mhm.
The Bears lost the game in the fourth quarter.
Did it?
I think that the Vikings had our number. I don't think we go to overtime.
Mhm.
I think the Vikings would have taken that last drive where instead of them punting,
Mhm.
where they just handed the ball off on the very last drive, they probably would have tried to drive down the field and they had the momentum. So I don't think it changed.
Yeah. And if anything, had that converted and had we scored, maybe there is no comeback, right? It's like way
You're
too
right.
deep or a hole. So like, yeah,
Yep.
no.
And there's also other things. We had the ball to start the second half. We got a 3 and out. Like
Mhm.
there's like a lot of stuff that you can pinpoint that could make a change.
Mhm.
Um
And I think we can talk about it in Ben Johnson's review in a minute
yeah, yeah.
too. Like the adjustments they made versus what we made. I have absolutely like
Yes.
that's probably a good note too.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with our guy, our quarterback, number 18, Caleb. Man, he was on a high. Started the game 10 of 10. It was mostly, short passes, nothing deep. But,
Very safe.
he was in rhythm. He was going through his progressions. He was like taking the available like check down if he had to. Still, some deep play in inaccurate play.
Multiple. I don't think some. I think there
At
was
least 3, 2 to 3 that I remember.
the one that's unforgivable and
The DJ Moore, I know.
yeah.
I
That one I think I saw someone on Twitter um they didn't post the video, but they said Mitch Trubisky would have made that throw. And I laughed, and then I thought about it, and then you see how open that play, like
yeah.
Troy Aikman is just like saying like he's there,
Mm.
like that's the one that I think if we had,
Mhm.
we get the momentum because it's like it's Williams to Moore.
Mhm.
It's your stars combining, and it's the first game of the season, and it's like they're there.
Yeah. My Twitter analysis of that play was like looked like DJ Moore because he saw the defender coming. Maybe he thought ball was not coming. Looks like he slowed down too because
It
like
doesn't matter.
had
Yeah,
he like made that cut like because the ball was thrown out of bounds. So like where DJ Moore was, he would have known caught
he
it.
would
But
have no. Yeah,
yeah.
I think a lot of people are gonna put a lot of thought into that. Um, I just genuinely think Williams saw the pressure
Hmm.
and felt like he had to throw it
Right.
um, like he was aiming for the back pylon.
Right.
Like that's what it looked like when I'll probably look at it again, but I think the way that he was trying to throw it is he wanted more to jump at the back side of the
Right.
touchdown.
And it was a safer play. Like he would probably gone inside, but there was a defender coming, so it was
Yeah.
probably like, here's my guy can maybe catch it. The defender's nowhere catching this. Just that's where.
I think we said we love more in the 50-50 plays. I think we're all in agreement with that, right? I think Miller
Yeah,
would agree with that statement too.
like that
Like
like
jump balls and stuff like that.
he's pretty great at that. But other than that, any other comments on Caleb's performance? I feel
Yeah,
like.
on the drive back home
Hmm.
with our buddy Miller, I forgot he threw a touchdown
He did and ran one in.
and ran one in. So I completely forgot that he threw a touchdown. I thought it was the 2-point conversion.
Yeah,
Um, so I'm okay with his performance.
yeah,
That one deep ball we should have. I think every quarterback in the NFL should be able to make that throw. I think we should have that.
yeah.
And
There's
I think
another
and
one
then I'll give
to
more
Matt.
points when we talk about Ben Johnson's role.
Okay. There was another one to commit. I remember too. I think that was the missed field goal. Maybe it was a different drive, but he was like straight up the seam between two defenders. It was like ball was there. Komek tried his best to catch it, but again, I feel like you if he had like maybe timed it better, placed it better, that would probably be another one
So
where we may
I know in
not
your
settle
bullet
for a
points
field.
you have defense to be next, but can we just switch to offense real quick?
Yeah,
Because I
go
think we
for it.
can transition a little bit easier.
Yeah,
Um, Answer me this. Given your recollection of the game, how many times did Caleb throw down the middle?
down the middle,
Yeah.
5 times.
See, Miller and I were trying to figure it out. I could only remember 3.
Yeah,
Um, and Komet saved them with 1. DJ Moore got hurt on the other, and I thought there was a Swift play, but I could be wrong still.
there was a couple of checkdowns to Swift, I think, but
I think so. Now, anything that's like past 5 yards, I would have wished that we would have seen more down the field, especially with 2 tight ends.
hmm
Do you think that the play calling this week from the offensive side was too safe? Or does Ben Johnson know something that we kind of all are not sure about yet?
so Ben Johnson has been like Minnesota's killer. Like he's like cooked that defense time and time over again. So I might give him the benefit of the doubt. The fact that we didn't turn the ball over for the most part. Like the second half, we were horrendous. The offense was not moving, and that's probably on him. But the first 15 plays, whatever 20 plays that this script, I feel like we looked okay. You know, ball was moving. We scored in the first drive. I would want to give him the benefit of the doubt. There was a plan, but like I think what they was like they saw our plan and they're like, hey. I see what you're doing. I'm gonna take that away from you. Is basically what happened, I think. But no, I'm with you. Like I was looking through the targets. Rome led the Bears in targets and catches, and no other pass catchers had more than 4 catches. And I think that was Zacchaeus that had 4 catches. Like Moore had a decent game. He probably had 50, 60 yards, but he only had 3 catches. So like the fact like maybe we have too many weapons, and that's what we expect. But like I would like to see like them involved more. It seemed like it was like at some point it was Caleb dancing around and trying to make a play. Maybe that happened. Maybe that was part of the plan, and I don't know what I'm talking about. But maybe like you have these people in position, like you said, middle of the field, easy passes, right? Dink and dunk if you need to. That maybe we could have used them more. But like I don't know. Like our third string wide receiver getting 4 catches, and that's the highest, the second highest on the team. Just seems a little concerning to me.
Yeah, I
Swift
agree.
also, yeah, Swift had like very inefficient, but he rushed for like 51 yards in 17 attempts.
So I was listening to Pat McAfee, and the old Arizona coach Bruce Arians was there.
Mm-hmm.
He said he liked how Swift played. And I was like, what did this guy see that I might have missed? Miller and I were very much on the fence of like, obviously there's injuries. Swift is not going to be the back that's going to run through and
Mm-hmm.
block tackles like from a gap position. He's going to make people miss. He's going to want to go left and right. But the one thing that stuck to my head, and then I said this multiple times at the bar, is that we have to establish a run game
Mm-hmm.
even when we're losing, because that opens up the playbook
Mm-hmm.
for play action and other stuff that should have worked. But I think, and this is really going to suck, but credit to Minnesota, because Minnesota did all the right adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bruce was like, not only did they go cover 2, but we showed him blitzes that maybe he hadn't seen yet, or that he not we, but like the coach showed him blitzes that he hadn't seen before. And the thing that annoyed me is that if you have a coach that can realize these things as it's happening,
Mm-hmm.
you as an offense, you have to be like, well, hey, like we got to counter this.
Right.
So
I
from an
the,
offensive side, I think that's more of the frustrating thing that I think the second half brought.
no, like I'm with you. I feel like now that I'm thinking back about the plays, looks like Swift had 4 more catches like in the passing game. I thought he had more, honestly, but um Now that I'm thinking as you're talking, maybe we went too safe. We thought they would blitz the heck out of our new quarterback, and that's why Swift was always an outlet in every play. I don't know if you remember, on the left, on the
Yep.
right, like
Yep.
in the middle. So I feel like maybe that was a game plan, and we never shifted off the game plan. And they thought that we would have that game plan, and then they countered with something else where it looked like they were blitzing and did not blitz. So like,
Or they
maybe,
just blitzed and still had the cover 2,
yeah,
and they were basically saying,
yeah,
"You're not gonna beat us with a
daring,
deep ball.
right?
Like,
They were
you're
daring
we're
us. Yep.
yeah, like, come on and throw it." But, um,
No,
I know we can
that's
go
fine.
on I know we can go on and on about the offense, but I think we have to save it for the Ben Johnson stuff. So, Boobin, tell me a little bit about the defensive side. I see you have some bullet points here.
Oh no, like defense, first three quarters. Let's because fourth quarter is a different topic. Amazing, dude. We held them to 85 yards. They were 0 for 8 on third down. They kept showing that stat. I don't know if you remember. 0 for 5, 0 for 6, 0 for 7.
Over 7, yeah.
We had a pick six. We had 3 sacks. They were balling for the first three quarters, but I think they were playing inspired. Energy went down. A couple of injuries happened. I don't know what happened. Um, the fourth quarter, they just balled. They scored 21 points. Like we just fell apart. They were doing whatever they wanted to. The national podcast I listened to, they said they simplified the playbook because they were trying to make him do too much. He was like adjusting on the line too much and then like kind of not doing what they were asking him to do. So they simplified the game plan to a whole lot. So he only had like look at Justin Jefferson. Is he something you can throw to? Throw to him. If not, find a play. That's basically the
Mhm.
game plan. It
Yeah.
seems towards the end because he scored and Aaron Jones scored. Those are the only people that scored towards the end, and he ran one in, right? So that's what I saw. But the fourth quarter came undone. But I don't want to take anything away. What I liked is kind of like what we talked about. If you remember, on third down, mostly what they were doing was everyone was at the line, and then like it's a rookie quarterback, right? That's what you do, try to confuse the heck out of him. We didn't blitz very much, at least not that I saw, but we were like around the quarterback. We got a couple of sacks, but like we were not at him, but like still without like that implied pressure, gave us something for the first couple three quarters. They did okay. Fell apart on the fourth quarter, like I don't know, like we're not supposed to be a great defense. We were like average to maybe slightly below average defense was our expectation going in, right? That's what they look like, right? We had key injuries. I think we can never like I respect that we held JJ to like no yards before the fourth quarter. That was like very respectable for like the team what they did, but like it only counts for so much. We fell apart on the fourth quarter and it cost us the game. So that's where we are. Good things, good promising things. It'll look better, I think, in more games as we go. I think Dennis Allen is a heck of a coach. I feel like he'll coach guys up. I feel good about it, but I don't know. It was like we were almost there. They almost got us to the promised land one more time, but fell short. That those are my notes from the defense mostly.
Yeah. I think the defense is always something that the Bears, as fans, we always want to be good. Like, obviously, we want a better offense, but I think we always just want to be able to say that our defense wins us games because defense wins championships and all of that stuff. Um, I really did enjoy um watching that defense play. Um, I think we just got out coached in the
Yeah,
back end. I there's no other way of putting it. Wright got the interception that led
yeah,
to pick
thanks.
six.
Yeah,
And then I think he got hurt.
he did.
Um,
He did. He left the game. Yep.
he left the game after. I know that there's injuries and there's only so much we can say, but when you have 3 quarters of really good defensive play to then go through that fourth and then one hold ends the game at this point. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like one drive, one killing drive ends it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just wasn't there. What made it worse too is I think as we were watching the game, I don't know about you, but this is me. I was like, Bears are losing. Like the Bears are losing. There's no shot they're winning this game. And we were up 10 or 7 or something at that
Yeah.
point.
10-3, 10-6, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was remembering the conversation you and I had where you were like, "Oh, it's the third quarter. We need to run the clock down." I'm like, "No. This can't happen." And I'm like, running the clock down basically means that we have nothing anymore. Like that's it.
Right.
And that's when I
Well,
said
like
like no, the
at
offense
that
needs to be aggressive here.
at that point, like Minnesota hadn't done anything, and I
They
was
did nothing.
assuming, yeah,
Yeah.
like I was assuming that like we can kind of build on that. We have the possession, we had the score. That was my idea. I was like, because it's a divisional game at the end of the road day, it's gonna come down to like one score or like one like shitty penalty this way or that. So that was my
Oh, don't get
idea.
me
I was
started
like,
on the penalties. Yeah.
that's where we're going next. We're talking
Yeah.
about our head coach Ben Johnson. Um, to his credit, let's give him the positives first, okay?
Okay.
Um, uh, Players played inspired. They played within the system, right? Like offensive, defensive. We scored a touchdown on our first drive.
Pretty
Wow,
good.
that's what
Also,
is
I
that?
read
We don't
somewhere, I don't know if this is true, that was Williams' first rushing touchdown?
know. Really? I mean, he must
I
have
read
scored one
that somewhere. Hold on. I think it was ESPN. Maybe the way they worded it, I was like, "Oh,
for this year.
Chicago's Caleb Williams had his first career rushing touchdown and threw for a score in Ben Johnson's debut as the Bears head coach."
Oh, okay. Maybe it is.
I didn't
I thought
I
he would run out.
I would have thought he ran one too, but apparently that was according to ESPN's recap. That's like I read that and I'm like, that can't be right.
Yeah. Like I mean, geez, we should have celebrated that more. But no,
That's
right?
exactly what I was gonna say. Like, how are we not talking about that? It took him a whole year, but that's got to be something else that we got to research. I'm not gonna sit on that.
Yeah. Anything positives on your end before we drag him through the mud?
The O line looked really good until the penalties hit,
Great,
and
great, great segue. Go on,
I
finish your
I
point.
just I just want to say this though. It looked really good compared to the shit show that was last year. So we got to preface that. We can't say like they are a top tier offensive line. No, they are a slight improvement of what we had last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's a win in my book. I don't
That
know how you feel. I don't know how Miller feels about that. But to me, the fact that we can say, hey, 2 sacks, one, we know why. Yeah. The other one was legit. He had no time.
right,
So
right.
in
Whoa,
reality, 1 sack.
right.
That's pretty fucking good.
No, that's amazing.
He's on pace for 18
instead of 68 or whatever
or
we took
whatever he, yeah.
last year. No, no, that was incredible. Like just think like just us too, right? If you're able to plan that, hey, there's not going to be someone in my face every play, 2 seconds into the play, you're probably able to like collect your thoughts, just like at work, right? If you get blitzed every day at work, like Jesus, like you won't be at a good frame of work. Now that you can plan some things, you probably want to do better. No, good for him. Definitely want to give him props. Like they had a plan with the O line. It seems
Yep.
like working. Like, and it's game one, right? It's probably hopefully gonna.
It's basically a two tight end setup. He's going to go
Yeah.
under center for most of it. And
What do they
Swift,
call it? 12 personnel.
whatever. Yeah, I forget what the official name is, but we got to see it. The only issue, and then I think we can kind of go into this.
Okay. Hit it.
We had over 100 yards in penalties,
You did.
majority being on offense. I know that in the
Mm-hmm.
last quarter there was a couple on the defense, um, and some were just
Yeah, some were killer, man.
the one that
Like
pissed me off the most is the false starts in your own stadium. Like that to me is that you can't have.
that may have been us psyching, the team up saying, "Hey, they are blitzing the crap out of you." Like maybe like they were trying to, but like no, I'm with you. Both Wright and Jonah Jackson, like both of them, had multiple penalties, false starts. I think one of the holds was the one that kicked us out of field goal range, and that subsequently led to us missing a field goal. That was one of them. So like it comes back and bite us, right? Like penalties are not like free yardage here and there. Yeah, we punt here and there, but like there is a consequence for this, and like some of them it cost us. To Ben Johnson's credit, he that was one thing he focused on. He said we were sloppy, we made too many mistakes in the loss. So like it looks like it's up on his priority list, but nonetheless, I think though this is the same Bears we've seen. We talk about
Mhm.
penalties, we talk about O line sloppy play. We talk about this every year, and for that looked like the same old Bears to me.
I think we're agreeing a lot in this episode, and I think that just goes to show that
Because we hung out yesterday, I feel like
not only we hung out, but I feel like you understood my gripe, I understood your optimism, but at the end of the day, I think we saw this Bears team that had a chance to win even with the fuck ups. And that's what I think is most like
I,
hurtful is
I
it's that
yeah,
we had it. We had it
right.
in we were giving them a beat down. We had a defensive touchdown, and we think we have this offensive guru of a coach that
Mm-hmm. We couldn't put it
we're
away.
supposed to score maybe over 30 points. Granted, I think I'm looking at the standings here. Green Bay and Minnesota only scored 27. We were right below them with 24, but one of them was a
Defensive.
defensive touchdown. So still more than the Lions, but it's like there's only so much we can do. Um, I know I spoke to Miller on the car ride. I can say this for him. He did not like the fourth play call. After having a conversation with him, though, and I want to hear your point about this, is I believe we brought him for his aggressiveness, as I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
And then he said, maybe I just need to get used to Ben Johnson being too aggressive on the play call. Do you
I
agree
think
with that statement?
yeah, I think we live or die by the sword, right? This is the guy we got. Like Dan Campbell has won games because he's gone for it on fourth down. He's lost games because he's gone for it on fourth down, but he doesn't hesitate, right? That's who he is. And
Yep.
like kind of like Minnesota's this persona is they're blitzing, they're angry, they're coming at us. Maybe that can be our persona. We go for it on fourth down more often than we don't, right? So like
Yeah.
I liked it. Like we talked about, hindsight's 2020. Who knows what could have happened? Maybe they would have scored a field goal. They had the momentum at the end, right? I don't know
Yep.
if that changes anything, but God, had we got that score, Chris, I think the game would have flipped on its head. I
I think if
firmly
we
believe
get
that.
fourth and down, yeah, I think there's no shot. Like we have all the momentum, even more.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't wanna keep, like, digging this hole, but I feel like I have to. Some of it was not our fault. I think some of the penalties that were called were very questionable.
Mm,
So, not all of it can really fault on Johnson and some of it on our O-line.
mm-hmm.
Um, but I think and the more that I'm talking to you about it, I kinda feel like I need Miller to give me that opposite, that sensation of, like, telling me that I'm wrong when obviously I know I'm not wrong, but it's like I think we all know that if he doesn't go for it on fourth down in the future,
Mm-hmm.
this game is gonna get brought up. And
Right.
it's like, "Oh, well, now he's second guessing himself. Is he
Right.
really the guy?" And it's like, I
Right.
can't especially going to Detroit. Like, I can't have that so early in the season. That's way too much.
Right. But like I think like it sets the tone for the team. Hopefully sets the tone for us
I think
moving
so.
forward. But
I hope so.
um yeah, so like mixed reviews for him. Some good things, some positive things. It's week one, right? It's way too early, but I feel like we like what we are saying is mostly the trend. Some things to fix for sure.
I feel like for you and Miller, though, this week 1 is very much a punch in the mouth because I said it during preseason that,
Yeah.
hey, there's only so much we can get excited for.
Mhm.
I there was some worrying things. We don't talk about it, but that first fumble that I mentioned in preseason, and your guys were like, "Oh, well, he looks sloppy," or like, "Hey, it's preseason, it's whatnot, whatever." It's those little things that start to pile up that I think is going to question that coaching staff. Like, can we coach this team up to not
Mhm.
make mistakes next week? And that's what I need to see from Ben Johnson and the coaching staff.
Yeah, to give Miller credit, he had pointed out that our O line we're using too many configurations, so way too late in the preseason, off season too, right? Like that's something that should have maybe solidified. Maybe that would help. But the issue didn't come from Braxton Jones; it came on the other side. That was the funny part. But
Yeah,
anyway, let's drag two more Bears players through the mud.
sure.
Special teams, Santos missed a field goal. You know, it was I would not say a gimme, but probably one we expect a NFL kicker to make. Um, but San Francisco replaces kicker already. Do you think we go down that path with Santos?
No, no. Um, Reading the ESPN recap, they were talking about the kicker for Minnesota.
Hmm.
Um,
Lighter.
Yeah,
Zider. Yeah.
Reichard or something like that. I don't know his name. I'm not a Minnesota fan, so apparently the kicker matched a Soldier Field record. Do you want to guess how many yards that kick was?
59.
That's the record at Soldier Field. It wasn't like a 60 plus, it was a 59. Goes to show how wind is still a factor. I although every time I see a kick, uh, I think for especially when I saw the replay in the bar, the flags weren't moving.
Yeah.
So I don't think there was really a breeze, or maybe there might have been a short breeze, whatever the case may be. It's week one. I don't necessarily want to replace him, but I will say this. There's a lot of kickers out there that are kicking 60 pluses, the Steelers being one of them, uh, to win it. So, like,
Yeah. Like,
is the trend officially changing? Like I mentioned, that the kickers are going to be a lot more valuable and that we
hmm
need a person that can kick 60 yarders with
like
ease.
my concern with him is we know he's shaky above 50, right? We know that as a fact, but he was like between 40 and 49. He was pretty solid. The
Yeah.
fact that it was in his range and he missed is what I'm concerned about. But it's not the first time we did that in preseason too. We had brought this up. I don't know if you remember. It was a preseason game. He missed a kick. We won, I think, regardless. But like that was one of the things we had brought up. So like I don't know if you've seen a thing that were like broken in the off season are still broken is the theme. I feel like the last one, and I don't know if this is on the punter. This like swung the game in my opinion. The blocked punt, like when we are trying to punt in the fourth quarter,
Yeah.
like I think that also needs to be brought up because special teams, like we just assume they will do what they're supposed to do. That's special teams, right? You come in for one play, but both of those plays, I feel like at least swung the momentum in their favor. We can argue how much, but definitely did not help our cause.
So Santos, and looking at his stats, with the Bears at least, um, he's really only missed one 50-yard plus in the season, except for 2021 where he missed two.
hmm
His longest as a Bear has been 55, and that was in 2020.
hmm
So this is another reason why I don't necessarily want to, you know,
I know.
have an
Usually
issue.
I'm not that reactive, but like the fact that
Yeah,
like we assumed he would like be better between 40 and 49. That's his range. That was like very shocking to me. And then it had consequences, right? Let's not think it did not. Like having the 3 points on the board would be huge. I'm not saying we would not have lost the game, but I think that would have been huge.
I agree. I just there's already so many questions with the Bears. I just don't want to add special teams right now.
I know,
You
but
know what I
it didn't
mean?
help. It didn't help. You would agree with me there.
I It didn't help, but with
I
okay,
think
let me
that punter is way worse than the kicker. I'll agree with you.
let me go back a step. Why are we doing the college style blocking of kicks? Is that new? Did I Not a
I
lot of teams are doing it. And the only argument that I said about the block punt is that if we were in a regular formation
mhm.
where only the punter's back there, no one else, you don't allow the edgers
Mhm.
to get a free release
Mhm.
a bit to kind of almost juke whoever's there. You're
Right.
putting a body essentially in front of them to at least try to stop them, or you want to hold them. You might be able to get the kick off. Granted, hindsight being 2020, is this the new norm? If I see this formation next week, I will be criticizing the Bears if we get another block punt. That's the
I feel
only
like
thing I will say.
a lot of teams do this formation now. The two guys behind, like I've seen that a lot. I don't know what's changed, why they do it differently, but I think like you're saying, we have people up front. If someone leaks, like because like what they're trying to do is like what it happened to us is they are overloading one side versus the other. So one side just coming,
Yeah, but that's fine. But there's always been a way to protect against that, because if you're going full protect, I guess that's what you call it. Like it's full protect. You don't have the outside runners, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if snap to kick is what, 2 seconds,
Yeah, less than that probably.
less than that. Like
Yeah, no, but like, and he's usually a very good punter too. Like that,
yeah, I don't
like
I don't
again.
I don't fault the punter, but it's like the only thing that I saw different was the formation. And if we still have that formation, if it's like full protect,
hmm
I don't remember if we had like outside people too, but I'm not sure. But I think that to me is the
I'm gonna look it up some more. See if like there was more things we could do, or if it's just like a like a really freak play. But all that being said, that was the entire recap. We have to end it with a bow. Give it a
I
positivity
will
score.
say this: McCarthy looked good. People want to say that he looked bad. I think he looked good. Um,
I that level of play, I don't think is gonna get him successful. I know
no, but
that's
being
that
his
was just,
first game and being able to adjust and have the success that he had in the fourth quarter, I think supersedes what happened in the first half. Like
and
I
like
think that performance is pretty good. Not to mention the fact that he had the confidence of the team to kind of do that. Like I think that shows a lot about him.
I am being a hater here probably, but like his supposedly high school record is like 83-3. He's only lost 3 games ever and is from his high school till now. So I've seen that meme everywhere. That he's a winner and I'm just like over it. Like he did not yes, Bears defense stopped playing in the fourth quarter and they won the game, but
But see, you can't really say that the Bears defense stopped playing. I think we got out coached. I don't think the defense stopped.
I mean, they physically didn't stop, but like the
No,
way we
but
were
I mean,
playing, the effort we were putting in the first 3 quarter, I think went down. That's the only thing I could think because the talent didn't change. They got tired. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this level of play will not make him successful in NFL. I know it's game one. It's probably high bar to put on his end, but I don't think that'll get him successful.
if he plays the same way and gets another win, do you still think that he's not good?
Dude, like it almost reminded me of like the Team Tebow teams. I know that's a bad comparison, but they would
Tebow
find a way
still
to
took a
win.
team to the playoffs and
I
got a
I
playoff win.
I know, but like that's what they did. Like look bad for 3 quarters and then somehow find a way to win. That's what it seemed like. Maybe I'm being a hater right now that loss is still stings, but I was not impressed. It's early, but I was not impressed.
All right, I just want to give him his flowers, and for Jefferson also can.
Jefferson's a baller. Can't
Yeah,
fault him there. Aaron Jones is a Bears killer. Hate him,
yeah.
but anyway.
You had to mention that too at the bar.
I did, didn't I? I totally jinxed us.
Yeah.
Our friends calls out for sure on that. But
All right,
okay,
go ahead. Give us the
positivity score. We have to give
positivity
it,
score. Week 1, Miller gave us a
this,
solid 4.
which is
I
fair.
will I will say I thought his number would be higher. Boopin, what do
I,
you have?
I thought it'd be lower, but I'm like 5.5. Some positives, like maybe people will stop saying Super Bowl around here a little bit more. But like I think they were a better team on paper. They found a way to win. They have won a bunch of games recently. Like the coaching staff has been there for the last couple of years. It showed. I think we are a talented team and we fell short. So I'm not discouraged. This is sort of what I expect. I was hoping we win because it's McCarthy's first game away. We had all the preseason hype coming behind us, but I wished we won. But this was kind of what I thought was going to happen. So I'm at 5.5. I think I was probably at a 6 last week, so I'm slightly below, but I'm not.
Did
I'm
I
not
give a
fighting
score
anybody.
last week?
You did,
Let me
but we did offense, defense, and
Oh, we split it, didn't we?
we did. But I think we did an overall or average or something too.
Okay. Given what I saw, so there's a new way that I'm going to be doing the positivity score since
Hmm.
I'm going back to school. I think I have to establish some sort of letter grading system. Okay?
Okay.
A plus, A minus, that kind of grading scale.
Okay. So 10 is like 100, so that makes
10 is
sense.
100. That's an
Yeah.
A, right?
Yeah.
90
Yeah.
is still an A if we're going with standard
Yeah.
scoring systems here. So my positivity score is actually a 6.
Which is a C.
60%. It's a
Is that a
6. That's a
is that
D.
a D?
That's a
Oh.
D. That's a low D. Now, some schools, they say if you get lower than 65, that's an F. I'm not one of those people.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the reason that I'm giving it what I did is because I still love what Adunze did. I loved, you know, the fact that we looked balanced and we looked good to a significant degree in the first half. We used Swift correctly, even though we probably had some questionable plays, in my opinion. I think we
Hmm.
used him. We try to get some play action, and you can tell that Caleb is learning the timing routes. And I said it at the bar. I said, "Holy shit, this is really looking like a timing offense." And some of the throws that he missed, you can tell he was
Hmm.
off on timing. So,
Hmm.
like I mentioned in my predictions, I said the Bears would lose, but I said that the season would be growing pains for this offense. And I think it's at the right track right now. Did I want to lose like this? No. I made a couple wagers with Miller that not only would Caleb Williams throw over 200 yards, which he did, over 20 completions, which he did. I said 2 touchdowns, which he didn't.
Hmm.
So I'm feeling very good of what I saw, and I am not panicking yet. Some calls that we heard on 670, some people were already upset.
I don't understand that. I truly don't. Anyway, that's another.
That's I think we need to talk about that with Miller. I think I would love to just have a segment where we literally just hear the worst takes or we hear some of the calls
Yeah,
and we're like, why do you think that? Like someone mentioned trading more for a left tackle, and then someone also mentioned,
right tackle,
um,
left tackle is good
or I'm sorry, it might have been one
because
of the tackles. I might, it
right.
might be. Don't quote me. I know it was like a tackle of some kind, but then on the way back, we were hearing about how we knew that this is how Caleb was, and I'm like, you can't do that. Like that's
There was so many positives. For like, I know we lost, and it's hard to see that, but like we like I don't know. It was just the first half, first 3 quarters, but damn, we look good for the first 3 quarters. We look like I know offense
we look like
probably
a
should.
different team.
Yeah, we look at a different team with a offensive line protecting, defensive playing hard. Man, I was happy. I'm with you there. Uh, okay. So that was our positivity score, kind of split between 4 and 6, which I kind of like. I thought that's where we were gonna be too. I'm surprised to see Chris that high, but hey, well,
I like
let's
I said, I think
keep it going.
if you understand my new system, my new grading system, I think my positivity scores are going to be a little bit more skewed.
Okay, good. You don't want people to fail. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the fantasy recap quickly, some high level stuff, and then we'll move on to quickly to the preview for next week and wrap up the show. Fantasy week one was true to his form. A lot of big names disappointed. Like
Yeah.
name probably top 12 picks. 8 of them probably didn't do much. Maybe 10 of them didn't do much. And a lot of random people did a whole lot. Like people you did not draft, second, third wide receivers, running back, did a lot. All I can say is like don't let week one dictate your drops. Like it's hard. Like I don't know if it's a trend, right? We can look at a trend in 2 to 3 weeks. If you're able to hold them and then make a decision, that's probably better. So like don't make snap judgments. Usually that's when you lose fantasy football. So hold on to the guy that's like you drafted very high. Don't trade him for pennies on a dollar. It's still early. At least give it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, ideally.
Well,
Um,
3 weeks the buys start coming, right?
like probably 4 or 5. I
Five,
don't think it's
fifth week, right?
5 maybe.
Going over some of the injuries. Quarterback Brock Purdy's dealing with a toe shoulder. Keep an eye on him for week 2. On the wide receiver side, Xavier Worthy suffered a right shoulder dislocation. I'm not laughing at his injury. I'm laughing at I believe he ran into Travis
Travis
Kelsey, and
Kelsey. Yeah.
that's what caused it. I mean, shit.
He may
Um,
play with a sling,
yeah.
but he will require surgery. So it's like, will he play until Rashi Rice comes back and then go get surgery? It's the up in
So
there.
that explains a lot of the rumors that are coming around of the Chiefs looking to bring back the wide
Tyreek
receiver
Hill.
from Miami. Yeah.
Tyreek Hill.
Um,
Yeah, I saw that too.
that's very interesting. Juwan Jennings, shoulder injury, he's day to day. Chris Olave, Drake London, and Jalen Waddle.
They all left the game. It's not clear how long they'll be out, but like they all didn't finish the game. So just trying to throw it out there. These are all like top 20 wide receivers. So just trying to throw it out there. Tight end is more concerning. George Kittle is on the IR.
Which that sucks for football.
That
That
sucks.
that
He's a great
sucks.
guy. He's a great guy. He's a great ambassador for the game.
Yeah.
I love having him out there. Evan Ingram is has a calf injury, probably out a couple weeks. Keep an eye on that. Brock Bowers had a knee injury too. Supposedly he's day to day and will not miss any time.
That
But
scared me because I have him on my fantasy, so
I
that
do too.
I will I do want to give myself some props. Um
You came through with a dub.
no, not that
Oh,
kind of prop.
oh,
Justin Fields becoming a fantasy game player. I think I said that I see Justin Fields having a great year with the Jets. I'm glad he got me off on the right foot. The Patriots actually gave me 5 points on the bench compared to other defenses like Pittsburgh, who was a top rated defense, basically got nothing.
negative. Yeah.
Yeah.
Baltimore
So
negative.
yeah,
Um, Buffalo negative. It was
yeah.
like a again. I said a lot of
A
weird week
lot of
one
weird stuff happening. And there was one wide receiver that Miller told me, do not draft this person from the Jets.
running
Um,
back. Running back.
was it running back? I thought it was a
Brees
wide
Hall.
receiver.
Brees Hall. Brees
No.
Hall.
Oh, oh yeah, shit. It is running back. I think I was looking at wide receivers and then I confused it. Yes, sorry. Um,
I know
not to
exactly.
draft him,
Yeah.
and he ended up having over 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Another one, couple other ones. ETN from Jacksonville left for dead. No one wanted to draft him. People were like, he's getting traded. Blah blah blah. Bigsby would be the number one. Like he showed it was against Carolina, So maybe it's not everything yet, but he looked really good too. So there were a couple of those, Chris, where
I think even Travis Hunter had a decent game,
he
and
did.
it was like he might just be a permanent flex player. Like that's probably hit the best spot to have him on fantasy.
Yeah. Um. Just side offshoot, there's a couple of leagues that people have Travis Hunter. They are pushing for commissioner to make a change, like just like if he gets a touchdown on defense for it to count, like if he gets a pick six for it to count, kind of like it does. Remember back in the day, punt returners, if they had a touchdown, it would count against your stats or for your stats. That's what they want people to do. So that's one of the arguments happening in
Yeah, I
fantasy
thought
sports this
about
year.
that. I wanted that too, but then I thought you're double dipping if you have their defense too, and
Right.
I think that would be unfair.
Yeah. I wonder how he used to do, but you remember Edelman and them used to return fun punts back in the day, and sometimes
Yeah,
they would like score, and
they
he
would
would
get
get
the
their points.
miscellaneous. I think they
Yeah,
got the
yeah,
miscellaneous.
yeah. They would get the points. I don't know how they. I don't know why defense didn't get that, but somehow that I think that conversation is happening again, which is very interesting. But yeah, that was the high level fantasy. We'll probably do a deeper dive next week when there's more stuff to talk about.
I lost my fantasy. How was your final? How was your fantasy?
I have 4 teams. I have a problem. I went 3-1. The sad part is the one league I probably care about the most is the loss. so I don't know what that tells you about fantasy. The teams that I probably was like, oh, this guy might be fun. I won, and the one I'm like actually doing the research, I lost. So three and
Um,
one, not too sad.
I want to bring this up to you because I had a conversation with Miller and Cooney on the Sunday. We were just discussing it, and I thought it. I would love to hear your opinion. And Steve was there too. Shout out Steve. Hadn't seen him in forever. Uh,
Before you came down,
this was Sunday.
oh, you guys
Um,
hung out without me.
I talked to Miller. I got him. You know how I am. You invite me and I can go. I'll show up. But there was talks about how do you feel about either every 5 years or every 10 years, no keepers. It just resets.
Oh wow.
And
Ooh.
and I think some people, if I'm trying to remember the conversation, I was like, I think I would agree with that, but I don't. I think you have to do a snake draft first. I
Mhm.
wouldn't necessarily want to do an auction draft because the values of the players change depending on your league.
Yeah.
Um, Miller didn't necessarily understand that because he felt that the money that would be spent would be what your website says, not
Mhm.
what you in your league have done on the auction site. So like if you were paying 100 plus
Mhm.
on a player, but Yahoo says, well, this player is really only worth 40, you're
Mhm.
probably only going to spend 50. So maybe you might still want to do the auction. But I felt like a snake draft to restart a keeper league just sounds so much better.
I this is so 5-10 years is exciting, right? I don't know if like if you keep a keeper for that long. Think of like Travis Kelsey or Tyreek Hill. They were both like not keepers this year because of the situation they were in, right? They were keepers for the longest. I'll agree with that. So like That's the interesting part. So who would be a keeper for like 5 to 10 years? Maybe like a quarterback, like a Josh Allen or somebody
You
who
could
you
probably
like.
go quarterback, but I think Miller's not a fan of saying your keeper should be who you draft in the first round. So for me, Chase would be a great keeper for 5 years.
But like I think a lot of leagues don't allow you to keep keepers that much. They like first what 3 rounds you can't keep, first 2 rounds, something like that. They do that.
There's different rules, but I think I
I
just
that
like the I
see
like how exciting it is.
I like the auction part of it for that reason because if I want to keep McCaffrey for $60, I can. Doesn't matter what pick, where. If I believe in the player and if I'm okay spending that money, no one can tell me no. That's why I like the auction part of it, either redraft or keeper. Like if I really truly believe in that player and I know that guy is going to be a positional difference. Same thing with Josh Allen. If you think he's truly the guy, it'll probably be like $40 next year, but you have him for $40 and he will show up week in and week out showing why he's worth 40. That's why I like the fantasy part of it. But I don't know. That would be interesting. But I don't think I could be wrong. I've not done any research, but I don't think you keep a guy for like 5, 10 years because fantasy changes so often. I
I
can't.
think you have a valid point. I think you also have to look at the type of league you have, whether it's a 10, 12. I heard some people have a 14 team. Like
That's rough. Yeah.
that's rough to, and I think 14 teams you need a keeper to keep it exciting.
Right.
Um but shit, I don't know. I'm of the fan that if you make a great pickup, whether it's an undrafted player who becomes a
Mm-hmm.
stud or a person that fell in the draft, and becomes a starter, and you pick them up on the cheap or you pick them up on a waiver and
Mm-hmm.
you want to keep them for a couple of years, I think that's a great GM mode kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to feel like you got rewarded for that. So, like,
Yeah.
I'm very 50-50. I think I do agree with Miller. Um, I just wanted to hear your opinion, but I think it would suck
But to think about
depending
that.
on the
So
type of league you have.
no, but think about it. So your guy, you found him off the waiver, right? If you can only keep him for 5 years, how would you feel? Like you'd probably feel robbed, and that's the value, right? That's why we go for these like third round drafted guy. That's like no one's paying attention. That's why we draft him, thinking that that's where they would go. But that I don't know. It would definitely reset a bunch of things because a lot of people are just on like auto draft mode. They're like, I have these keepers, I can like kind of like play around the other players. That would make it interesting. One of the other leagues I have heard is you have one keeper, then you like I think put 3 players that you want to keep in a draw, and one of them gets taken away, or maybe one of you get to keep one of them, 2 of them get taken away. So like if you there's someone you absolutely
Oh, that
want,
kind of sucks.
but like I don't know that way it's like maybe there's a 50-50 chance you get Jamar or like Josh Allen back, but there's a 50-50 chance you don't.
Yeah, I think that's too much leaving it to chance. I think fantasy football is not a chance related thing when it comes to drafting and waivers. I think there's so much stats and like background stuff. I
Hmm.
think you would feel cheated if you're like, man, I just lost it because of a 50-50 thing like
Right.
that. I don't like that at all.
But
I
that's
think
the
I
other
would
thing.
feel cheated too now that I'm like
But
thinking about it.
like that's the other way they do it. So like that way you can hoard all the players. You'll have to eventually give them back, kind of a thing. But no, those are good fancy conversations. Like I said,
Yep.
next week we'll be able to like talk some trends, give you some ideas about who to pick up. Waivers run tonight, maybe tomorrow, like when this episode goes out. So reminder there. But before we leave, Chris, let's do our week 2 preview.
Let's do it, buddy. Here, I'll help you out.
Go for
Uh
it.
the Lions are hosting the Bears, both being 0-1 at Ford Field, which we've been to. I still remember that road trip. That's when I realized my
We
snores
we
were very loud.
we were nuts for doing that same day, but hey, we did it.
Such a great time. It is a noon game. Lions are 5.5 point favorite. I thought I saw some other sites showing a different number. Over under is 46.5. We have the first game of Ben coming back to the Lions, not just facing his former team, but going back to the city. So we have Miller's prediction, which I think this prediction's coming out of anger. I don't think he's really thought about it.
Hey, let
He's
the man be
saying,
angry.
listen, I understand. He's saying 31-17 Lions. Now, before I continue, I just want to say I was the lone pick that got the prediction correct. I said the Vikings would win. You guys said the Bears would win, so score does not matter. I get the point there. Boopin, I see your score. I need to hear your thought process. What do you got?
So, yes, Lions look really bad, but he was against a pretty good, like probably top 10 defense. I don't think we are closer to that. Plus, it's at home for them. Last game was away. I feel like they find their way. They score some points. I feel like they get up to 27, but I feel like if like Jordan Love, kind of pushed him around last game. We're hoping we should be able to put up some points too. So I give the Bears 21. So like kind of around what the spread is, which is 5.5. I have them covering, but Lions winning 27-21.
So you have Lions covering, but you also have the over hitting.
I do.
Um, given that they only scored 13 points last game, is very worrisome on that.
Yeah, and
So
the
I
13 was too like last second touchdown. They had 6 points all
yeah
game.
yeah. So I was kind of like Miller. My original score was going to be 38-20. I think the Lions just want to prove a point
Hmm.
and they want to win.
They are angry.
They are angry. I think they got embarrassed. But
Hmm.
at the same time, is Ben Johnson going to do something different that we haven't seen?
Hmm.
So I think what I'm going to do is I believe Lions still win,
Hmm.
and I'm going to stick with that score. I think 38-20 Lions sounds about right.
Damn, so
Um,
over by a lot.
over by a lot. Now, I was thinking maybe 38-14,
Hmm.
but it's still over by a little bit. I'm not trying to say I want the over to hit, but I don't know if this offense has enough. I think the defense still could get another touchdown. Don't get me wrong. I think the Bears defense can definitely get another pick six, but I just don't know if the offense can kind of hang right
I,
now
I
with that
I
defense.
like the presumption is Jared Goff is an indoor quarterback. They played indoors there. Don't know if you have the pass rush to really move him off his spot. Those are two things he hates: moving off his spot and playing outdoors. And both of those were true at the Packers. I feel like they find their way. Like I'm not saying they're gonna go crazy on us, but I don't think it's the same offense. I feel like they have a downgraded from Ben Johnson. So they scored 33 every game last year, and that was
Yeah.
with Ben Johnson. I don't think they scored more than 38. I'll be surprised to see your score. But like the way I use the favorite, like the over under and the spread is like kind of because that's what Vegas is saying. So like kind of
Yeah.
help me guide. So that's what I was saying that. But hey, you were right. You were the person that got the point last week. So do whatever you got to
But do
do, man.
you understand like my thought process? Do you think the Bears, I think all of us having the Bears at 17, 20, 21,
Hmm.
it's safe to say we're not trusting this offense yet. I think that's a safe assumption.
I feel like whatever Ben Johnson wants to do, Dan will know, and Dan will like kind of like shut it down. It's like at least like maybe not shut it down, but like he will not be able to run the table like he normally does. Is my opinion of things because like it's like a mentor and a mentee, right? It's like Bill Belichick playing against Vrabel or something where he like everything you know I taught you kind of a deal. Maybe he'll prove me wrong.
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
dude. I just maybe I might change my score. It might be I don't know, like 28-14. Like I'm just debating if cuz I feel like here's my thought. I don't think
If
the Bears will score enough, but I think the Lions will score more than 13. That's where I'm at. You know what I mean?
here's what I'll tell you. For all the games in week one, only two hit the over. One was the Jets game, one was the Bills game.
I
Everything
thought the
else hit
Bears
the
also
under.
hit the over.
Oh yeah, wait, that's I'm
That
wrong.
was that was
Sunday night,
46 and
Sunday, yeah,
Sunday night.
Sunday,
Okay, okay.
Sunday, till Sunday night. Monday,
Okay.
Monday was a different, but like yeah, only three games hit the overs. Still, that was the.
So
But
for
like, hey,
me to still say all right, hold on then. If that's the case, I'm going to go 24/7 Bear or 24/7 Lions then.
damn, that's you go from 58 points to
Can you
like
put both scores? I'm not going to get credit. If Lions win, I don't give me credit for the first one. You know what I mean?
okay,
Only the
or
first one, but I think
that okay, or 24/7, right?
yeah, I think you see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to
Yeah,
like cuz I don't
you
trust the offense yet.
Yeah, no,
But I want if we all hit Lions and the score becomes the thing, I want my 38-20 to be my official prediction, but I also want the second to kind of show like the
eh,
Lions still win in a dominant fashion.
bro, if it's 24/7, God, like that'll be a very different blueprint on this show.
You think so? Already suffering week 2?
24/7 sounds bad. I want to do what
But
Justin Fields
but
did.
here's what I'm trying to say
Lose,
though.
lose, but you fucking balled out. That's what I want us to do.
I understand that, but and I'm trying to come up on more. I'm trying to be a more realistic person when it comes to the score. Do you think the Bears can score? Let's just use 14 as a marker, not
Mhm.
your 21. But do you think the Bears can score 14 at Detroit, given the circumstances of Ben Johnson going back?
I think Minnesota defense is better than the Lions, so I think we should score more than 14.
Okay, this is where my 20 comes in because I think you're right. I think the Bears should at least be able to score 14. That's 2
Mhm.
touchdowns, however you want to do it. And then I said I think the Bears defense gets another touchdown. So that to me is like a 1-1.
Yeah.
This is where I think 20 is more realistic, but I think the Lions want to come out hungry and they want to prove that game was a fluke. We're at home, it's our home opener. Ben Johnson's coming back. Let's show him he made a mistake. And I think Campbell's gonna be like, let's fucking blitz every down. Like the guy from Remember the Titans, like, we blitz every down. And if you fuck up, don't you will get benched. I feel like I don't know why, but I feel like that's
Dan
what's
Campbell.
coming.
I can see Dan Campbell actually saying that.
Right?
I'll eat your
Yeah.
kneecaps or something.
Like we are blitzing every down. I don't care. And then it's like but yeah, that's the only reason why I said 7. I was gonna say 10. Uh do I want to be a dick and change it to 24-10? Fuck it, 24-10. Give me 24-10. That's my second one. But I'm still gonna say 38-20. I think I still
Alright.
think the Lions come out. All right.
Uh,
I yapped way too long. All right,
all
Poopin.
right. Let's do this.
Yeah, send us home, brother.
Cue the music. Thank you for listening, people. We hope we brought some positivity into your life. We had a great time recording it. Hope you had a fun time listening to it. Keep the feedback coming. We love hearing that. Maybe in some near future, maybe week 2, more positivity. Maybe not.
Probably
But
not.
until then, we'll see you next time.
Also, if you guys want Les Miller, let us know because we actually got to finish our points today. Bye bye.